A happy Friday to each and every one of you. Good morning. And as you're waking up this morning, love having you with us. We're going to take you into the weekend. Get outside. It's so pretty. After driving home in a torrential downpour of rain last night, it was crazy on the roadways. I hope none of you had to get stuck in that. If you did, I hope you're all safe this morning. We'll find out if we have any more rain for us for today, into the weekend, and how next week looks as we reach out to our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, in just a second. I'm going to give you a little update on the officer that was injured in the protest in Ferguson and where he is, as well as where that GoFundMe is. I'm telling you right now, I am so proud of our community and how they have truly shown up for Officer Travis Brown. We have reached out to the public information officer from Ferguson. We have invited the police chief, Troy Doyle, on with us, and we're getting that set up. I'm hoping that that will take place for you next week. If you have any questions for him, obviously outpouring of support from the community, I'm sure you'll want to make all those comments on the day that he's on there. But all of that for you coming up next week. We'll also have a wonderful Medical Monday as we catch up with Dr. Richard Lehman, because Dr. Jensen is off next week. As we told you, a lot of the kids going back to school, she'll be taking her girls to college. So she's not with us next week. She'll return the following week. So Dr. Richard Lehman's going to step in from the orthopedic standpoint. He's going to talk about what's hot right now in the orthopedic world and, of course, give us a recap since he was there firsthand with some of the greatest Olympic athletes. So a few things on tap for you next week. It is 7:03 in the morning. Let's get to it. The What the Weather segment with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore.
Alrighty, welcome back into this new more weather forecast video. This one has been looking significant for a couple of days. So
good morning to you.
Good morning, Monica.
Finally.
Nice to be here.
And here he is on a Friday. Beckett, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. So wrapping up your first week freshman orientation again, and then going into the kickoff next week. How's the mood been around school? Is everybody still in that exciting mindset?
Yeah, everybody's excited to, get back to school and start getting to know people, and it's just been a fun week overall.
I'm happy to hear that. Again, DeSmet Jesuit High is where we have our Beckett Moore. That's where he goes, and we'll be talking with him over the coming weeks how school's going. And let us know, by the way, if your kids are starting back today or if it's not till next week. So I mentioned I'm glad that we didn't have what I saw last night in yesterday morning or in yesterday afternoon's drive time. But boy, Beckett, we hit that as we were driving home from seeing Cat on a Hot Tin Roof at the Grandel, and it was actually pretty scary. It was really, really bad. Kind of recap that for us and then take us into the weekend.
Yeah, so what we had last night was a complex of storms come through St. Louis. Thankfully, they actually weren't severe, so they were under severe limits, but still packed a punch. A lot of lightning was associated with that complex. A very heavy rain, as you just described as well, and I think we had some small hail as well and some gusty winds. Thankfully, though, not as strong as it could have been since it did stay under severe limits. But now we're past that. Again, that went on last night around 10 to 11 o'clock in the St. Louis area. But now we're looking at this morning. This is a look at I-70 South there in Maryland Heights. Right now, not too congested there. But again, it's only 7 a.m., so we still got a lot of time left for the rush hour. 7-mile-per-hour winds right now. 84% humidity and 70-degree at dew point. So it's going to be humid this morning, but that should end as we go towards this afternoon. That humidity should really die down. 75 degrees this morning and mostly cloudy skies. Sunset tonight will be at 7:52 in the evening. Now, a bus stop forecast for today, 75 degrees, mostly cloudy skies this morning, and then going into this afternoon, 92 degrees, around 92 for our high, and sunny skies. So it's going to be a bit above average today with the getting into those 90s, so a little hot out there, but we will be cooling down looking at the 7-day outlook. 92 degrees again as our high today, low of 73 tonight. Tomorrow cooling down by just a couple degrees, 89 degrees as our high, sunny skies, and you can really see we cool down as we go towards next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday all are going to be pretty much sunny. I mean, we're going to have a couple clouds there on some of those days, but overall it's going to be very sunny. No rain, as you can see in this forecast. It's definitely going to be a week where you want to water those plants, but it's also going to be very nice in the low 80s. That is very below average for this time of the year.
Absolutely. So I get to change this ominous look behind us to sunshine next week when
Yeah.
we visit with Beckett again. That's crazy. You know what? I'm actually looking forward to having a little warmer weather because what's behind me, the pool, the water's cold.
Yeah,
We need to
exactly.
heat it up.
Usually it's warm this time
Yeah,
of the year.
exactly. We need to heat it up again. Well, looking forward to you wrapping up freshman orientation and excited for you to kick things off next week. So each week that you join us and obviously give us this incredible weather forecast, just kind of let us know some new things that are happening since this is all very new to you starting high school.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Beckett, thank you so much. Aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore. We love him. And always he looks at your comments. So be sure to drop those in and be sure to follow him, please, on X and on YouTube. He does incredible work. And by the way, we've been saying this. If you know a business that you would like to sponsor our What the Weather segment, reach out to me. That's for that or really any part of being a regular part of our sponsorship or having us as a mobile Monica if your location wants to have us there. We had an incredible meeting yesterday. Can't wait to tell you where we're going to be in just 4 weeks and then where our big 400th celebration is, if you haven't heard that yet. So we'll drop that in for you coming up in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're just going to casually talk about some news you can use. I'm going to update you on TJ, as his friends call him, Officer Travis Brown from the Ferguson Police Department, and also a game show host that I'm sure your parents, your grandparents probably watched, passed away yesterday, and some really interesting news about the death of Matthew Perry that you may have seen. I posted that actually as soon as that breaking news came in. We'll do that, and then we're going to take you back to your youth today on The Real Monica Adams Show.
I'm excited to announce my all-new mattress topper. In the times we're in, I wanted to bring you the best affordable mattress topper ever. So I took my two best technologies and combined them to make the ultimate mattress topper. And now you can get it for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. It all starts with my famous MyPillow foam that provides you that overall full body support. Second is the individual comfort supports that give you an amazing custom sleep experience. It's like it's made specifically for you. The queen size alone has over 14,000 comfort supports. This is the perfect mattress topper to improve any bed. New bed, old bed, your guest beds. Get them for every bedroom in your house. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the all-new My Mattress Topper for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. Don't delay, order today.
She's a special woman and done so much for St. Louis.
Watching her work is one of the most incredible things you can see.
She just sees value in everyone.
Sometimes people just need you to sit with them and hear them. I feel heard.
The time flew by, and it was like sitting and talking to a friend.
Not only creating a better place here in St. Louis, but to inspire others. It's always great to have examples like you.
You have such a light and such a presence, and I could feel it this morning.
We knew right away when you started this, we wanted to be on your show. Thanks for having us.
And I look forward to seeing how you rock and roll and shake it up.
Well, I love shaking it up, and I love every one of those people that have been part of our show. If you are new to the show, by the way, welcome. Love having you with us. Let me know how you found the show. Was it just by happenstance? Did someone invite you along and say, you got to watch this? We ran into a guy named Mark yesterday at a wonderful Mexican restaurant in the Pacific, Missouri area, and told him, he was saying, aren't you the lady from the news? Asked me if I was still there, and I said, no. I left and started my own show, and we started talking to him, and he said, The Real Monica Adams. He's like, explain that to me. And I said, I need the world to be more real and more authentic. And we started telling him, and he's like, okay, so you're really going to talk about deep topics and you're really going to not hold back? And I said, yes, that is what's important. And some of the things that we weren't able to do when we were in the news business. And I get that, because you want to turn on the news and you don't want opinions, etc. The problem is that's really what it's become: opinion based, agenda pushing, right? Depending on what network you watch. For this, I wanted to be bringing everybody together, bringing the community together and talk about real topics, and for you and I together to find our way to unity. I mean, that's really what it's all about. We're in such a divisive world, and people are talking about, depending on what happens in November, that we're going to be going to war because this side won't be happy about this side. All in all, you do what you can do, and that is go to the polls and vote and then accept. Can we just accept what happens and realize that if your side didn't get to the polls and vote, then that's what has to change 4 years later, right? So we talk about all those things. So Mark, I hope you're watching, or I hope you catch the show at some point. And when you meet me and you find the show for the first time, don't forget to drop in the comments like, hey, we met yesterday. So the place we went to, I think it's called Camilla's, a wonderful Mexican restaurant. Shout out to all of them. Very clean, wonderful, smells as soon as you walk in the door, welcoming staff, and great food as well. And I'm going to tell you about a place in Pacific where we're going to be doing our show in a handful of weeks. Excited about that. But before we do that, let me update you on Officer Travis Brown. Again, we have invited on the show Chief Troy Doyle to join us and just to talk about, he was so passionate in his press conference last week, and it really touched my heart, about saying, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. We even changed our uniforms because supposedly the uniforms were a trigger. Literally everything that's been asked. And at that point, when you've done everything and you still have people in this world that are so radical, that are shaking the fence, trying to break things down, and just, again, bad people, what can we do to make that stop? And so I want to sit down with Chief Troy Doyle and talk about that, talk about his hope for the future. Obviously, the most important thing is talk about his officer that was injured. Now, let me update you. There was a new report on KMOV this morning that said there are slight improvements being made to that officer. Some surgeries that have taken place since he was injured. And if you haven't seen, this all happened in Ferguson and played out. And there was a person that rammed Officer Brown to the ground and had a critical head injury, the trauma to his head. So obviously a lot of the surgeries that have been done is to release the swelling that has taken place. The community, though, what I wanted to tell you, has come out big time. Now, you've been following along most likely over the last week and heard us say that the GoFundMe account that has been put together for Officer Travis Brown and his family was at $50,000, then yesterday $70,000. It's almost up to $120,000, folks. I mean, major applause to each and every one that have shown up and are continuing to do so. Besides the GoFundMe account, Backstoppers, Responder Rescue, incredible organizations are stepping in to help that family and just hopefully, again, to help stop this craziness. And dehumanization is really what it is. I want to thank Boone Cutler, who was on our show many, many months ago, The Citizen's Guide to Fifth Generation Warfare, which is what we're up against. It's me against you. That's literally what's happening in this world. And I don't mean me per se, but this person against this person. And what happens when it's like polarization and tribalization and dehumanization and ultimate killing. That is truly what's taking place, that nobody values another person's life. When let me stop saying no one. These people in this category do not value another person's life when they would do these horrific things and just not care. Ram this officer to the ground and then rush off. Fortunately, that person was caught and is in and was taken to jail. But more of these things keep happening until we can get to the bottom of it, the root of it. And if you want to drop anything in the comments to say this is what needs to take place, please do so, because I'd like to line up those comments and those questions for our chief when we have him on. But again, the great news. Thank you to the community for showing up big time. All right, the other news, if you have not heard, if you or your parents or your grandparents used to watch this gentleman on TV, do you remember who that is? Hollywood Squares. Did you watch that? I know my parents, my grandparents, most likely, they all would talk about how much they loved, again, the real aspect of the way game shows used to be. You know, I think they still have a resemblance of looking like it used to, but maybe not to the extent. This is Peter Marshall. If you don't know him, game show host of Hollywood Squares, he died yesterday. And, you know, as I mentioned, you look at game shows now, if they even exist. I mean, there's still a handful out there, and a lot of them would model themselves after some of the most incredible game show hosts of our time. And I think Peter Marshall was one of them. So if you had not heard, he passed away. And then if you haven't seen the post I had yesterday, it was breaking news early yesterday morning. Matthew Perry, the latest information, just about 4 hours ago, Fox News actually put out the death probe revealing the actor was manipulated. 5 actually charged in connection with the overdose death. And then NBC News posted just about an hour ago information about the latest. It actually broke from TMZ. That was the first story that I saw. But the death probe is revealing the actor was manipulated by, quote, leeches in his inner circle. If you remember, Matthew Perry, of course, from Friends, died in October from the overdose death due to the acute effects of ketamine. And there's even a doctor involved in that. And they actually went, the post office was involved, law enforcement officials, all breaking down these text messages and emails of the amount of ketamine that was allowed to be prescribed. It shouldn't have been prescribed, but the amount that was in his system was likened to the amount that's used in anesthesia before surgery. None of that to that level should have been in his system. So that was big news. I remember sending that yesterday to Michelle. She and I are huge Friends fans, and she was like, whoa, like you didn't expect that to happen. I had heard in some stories a couple of months ago, some rumblings of people pushing for arrest, but did not expect this. And there's more legs to this story, of course, but that's some of the news you can use. And then also I mentioned yesterday, the Cardinals, after coming off a horrible run against the Reds, they're in action tonight, this weekend. Are you going, by the way? This is one of those series that people have been really psyched about all season. So they're playing the LA Dodgers. And I saw this morning that Jackie Joyner-Kersee, one of the greatest female athletes of all time, she, along with NBA's Jason Tatum from our area, Chaminade, Matthew Tkachuk from our area, Stanley Cup winner, they are all involved in first pitches this weekend with the Cards against the Dodgers. So if you're going to see some of those incredible athletes. Okay, speaking of athletes, I have to always commend my clients and what they take on when I ask them to go another step, another level, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to talk today about really enjoying working out. So that's actually a question I have for those of you that are tuning in this morning, wherever you're watching from. Again, and do me a favor and let me know what platform you're on, if you're new to the show, etc. Let us know where you're watching from. Yeah, Joy said, an icon of game show TV. May he rest in peace. Linda said she watched Hollywood Squares. It was a great show. Yesterday was a tough day for famous deaths. Gina Rollins, Greg Kinn, and Jack Russell of Great White. Might have to look up pictures of all of that. Hold on, let me do that while we're talking and be real here. I think I know who that is. Let's see. Are you spelling that right? Or is it Rowlands? Is it Gina? Gina Rollins is not coming up. Going with family on Sunday to the Cardinal game. All right. Greg Kinn, is that the band? Gina from The Notebook. I have to look at all this. Sorry, you're catching me off guard. I didn't see that on the news. Greg Kinn, is that? I think, yeah, it is. Rawlings. Let me look this up, folks. You said from The Notebook. Oh, yes. Oh, I loved her. Oh, so she passed away. Oh, actually, it says she died on August 14th. So maybe it was just released in the news. Thank you. This is what I love about our community, is dropping things in. Again, as you know, try not to turn on too much news and just catch things. It was not on KMOV's website this morning. So she died on, what would that have been, Wednesday, 94 years young. What an incredible actress. And by the way, I'm glad you let me know that, because she and that movie is absolutely one of my and Jim's favorite. Jim always says, please, can we, if you know the movie, well, I hope by now you've seen it. If you know the movie, you know how they die at the end. And Jim has always asked me, he's like, please tell me that's how we'll go. That you're hand in hand in the hospital bed and just so peaceful that you die in your sleep and you're with the person that you love. Gina, yeah, rest in peace. And then let me look up, is it, I'm thinking it's who I think it is, but maybe not. Oh yeah, Greg Kent. Yeah. Thought so. Okay, I recognize him. So he actually died on the 13th. Okay, so these are a few days ago. Did they just announce all these? Because that would be pretty late. That should have been in the news a long time ago. So yes, Gina Rollins. Okay, and then you said from Great White, Jack Russell of Great White. Well, Jen, thank you for letting us know that. Okay, 721. Anybody else that I'm missing? No. Sad. She actually died with Alzheimer's. Oh my gosh, just like the movie. You got to be kidding me. Holy cow. Folks, so one of the things I want you to think about when you are considering doing a workout. Yes, just announced these yesterday. Holy cow, that was late. Maybe the family didn't want that out there to the public yet. But so there you go, a handful of other people. Normally they say it comes in threes. It definitely came in more waves than that. So that would have been 4, maybe even more in the celebrity world. When you work out, do you dread working out? I hope not. Good morning, Carrie. I hope you don't dread it. And if you do, here's what's going on. You are doing the wrong thing. There are so many facets of working out, of things that you can do. You know, if somebody takes you into a gym, like for instance, I mean, you know, my husband's in phenomenal shape, but he actually does not enjoy gyms. We have a gym in our basement. I mean, that's where my office is. That's where I do all my personal training with my clients. But he actually does not enjoy going to the gym. So I will say sometimes, hey, come to the gym with me. Monica, you know I don't like gyms. So that mindset you have to listen to when someone is being brought to a gym and they literally tell you, I don't enjoy it here, then don't take them there. Go back to the younger years. Think about when you ask a kid, and all the kids right now going back to school either this week or into next week, are they saying, my favorite class is gym? I would hear that from kids that I would interview. By the way, doing interviews with kids are one of the most enjoyable things. They always say, as an actor or an actress on a set, good luck when you have a kid or an animal on set, because they're definitely going to take over the scene. I enjoy both facets of that. I loved having kids on set, animals on set, because you never know what's going to happen, and it actually makes you quicker on your feet. Well, with kids, you want to hear them say, like Beckett has, that he enjoys, history, geography. When they say they enjoy gym, think about that. They may really want to go into being a professional athlete. They want to work on their health. I would take those positives and then let them find their way to other topics and subjects that they'll enjoy. But gym time, absolutely. Recess, lunch, those are the things that kids are saying right now. That's what I enjoy, right? Because it's socialization, time spent with friends. But Julie just said she dreads working out. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to show you things today. Okay, she said she likes to swim. So that is working out. You just find what you love. So drop comments in of what you do to stay healthy and in shape. Pilates, yoga, swimming. I love to lift. Cardio, running, walking, hiking. There's so many levels of things that can be done. So when someone says the word workout, I want you to tell me what goes in your mind. What is working out to you? Okay, so this might actually help, because someone might drop something in and you say, I completely forgot about that. What I did with my client Janis was take you back to our younger years. And I do mean younger years, what we did when we were kids to have fun. Julie says, but I don't have a pool. So maybe you find a gym. You don't have to do the lifting aspect of the gym. However, I will tell you, once you get into the atmosphere and once you immerse yourself in the water and do your swimming or water aerobics, all those things are fun as well. Maybe you walk by and maybe you get introduced to lifting, free weights, machine work, body weight resistance, and you find, oh my gosh, I actually enjoy this. I was asked by one of our regular sponsors if I would train his wife, and I said I would love to. I truly love finding something that attaches to each person to help them with the physical side of the triangle. Luann, good morning to you. Mark, Good morning from Rogersville, Tennessee. Mark, I love that. How is the weather in St. Louis? Well, it's better now. Mark said he likes walking. It is better now for sure. Last night was crazy. I actually took some videos. I don't have them ready here, but I took some videos to show one of my friends. Beckett mentioned the light display in the sky was unbelievable. I even told Jim, I think every half second we had lightning strike, lightning strike. I'd love to see a map with how many lightning strikes there were, but it was crazy. I was happy not to be driving, especially when we went into some of the construction zone where it's like this narrow, almost hitting into the concrete wall and all of the cones up. So God love Jim for driving in that. But yeah, it was bad. I mean, again, I'm glad there was not the destructive wind that was predicted, but it was absolutely crazy. Okay, so I just saw Jenny said, gyms scare me. Okay, that comment I want to go deeper into. Marilyn, wish I enjoyed working out. Folks, I didn't realize so many of you. Yesterday, I got to know a lot about our community. If you didn't see yesterday's show, it was fun. We did this or that and went on for about an hour and a half, finding out what you enjoy most in life. Do you enjoy this or do you enjoy that? It was a fun show. Today, I'm finding out a lot of you that I need to introduce to what you would love doing. So Marilyn said, I wish I enjoyed working out. I don't. I notice looking at my weights does not tone my body. Nope. You got to pick them up. Maxine thinks tossing and turning in bed should count as a workout. And I agree. Nope. Well, that's a little bit. It's at least movement. Who else doesn't enjoy working out? I will tell you, and I'll put it up on the screen, that I and my team can help you physically, mentally, and spiritually. And maybe before you ever do the physical side, you have to work on why. What's the block in your mind and in your spirit that makes you say, I don't enjoy it? Because as you know, we've got to take care of this body. We only get one of them. Okay, Ashlyn says they can definitely be intimidating. What part of it is intimidating? Fill that. I need more context to why you don't like working out, why they're intimidating, why they scare you. I'm going to help you with all that. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to show you, and you're going to laugh with this, what I had my client go through that literally took her back to her youth. Things that haven't been done probably, as she said, since she was, 6 years old? So we've got to have fun again. And this tells it all. Everyone knows about Jody's balls, and why is that?
I have the best ball.
Oh my God. Oh, wait. All right, a whole lot of fun, as you see there. We have to have fun. Stephanie says, I love my healthy joints class at the Y. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Julie just said what I hear from a lot of women. I don't want to sweat. Or, as one of my clients many years ago said, she's like, Monica, I don't sweat. And I said, sure you do. Sweating is actually good for the body. You've got to get those toxins out. And she said, no, I really don't sweat. And I said, then maybe you're not working hard enough. And it was so funny because she said, yes, I do. I do work hard. She thought she did. She thought she brought 100%. And when we took her to another level, she started to sweat, folks. And it was so funny. She's a very beautiful woman. And it was like, maybe you didn't want to sweat. And then once she got to that point, it just had like this big release for her. And she's like, I don't mind this. I love to bring this level to the table. And then she started to sweat. I don't mean profusely. Some people do. Some people sweat a little bit more than others, and there's no wrong or right, but hydrate more, sweat it out more. Stephanie said, I love my healthy joints class at the Y. Yep. Don't like to sweat. I enjoy walking, not really working out. Kathleen, remember, I want you all to give me your definition of working out. Because I think when you say working out, everybody's mind immediately goes to lifting. And it doesn't have to be. Working out is movement. Intimidating, scary, things like that. Jenny said, knowing what to do. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Knowing what to do. The people that take over the weights, and also when you have a lot to lose, it's uncomfortable to start, and my mind takes over at that time. Horrible curse, LOL, just being real. I want you to be real. And all those things that Jenny just said is what I hear in every client that I've ever met. Not every, but a lot of the clients, a high percentage of the clients that I have trained over 25 years have all said the same thing. If they have a lot of weight to lose, they do not. Would you say the same thing here, Jenny and everybody else? You hate it when someone says, okay, let's look in the mirror. Do you understand that we're not having you look in the mirror because we want to embarrass or make you feel less than? It is to show you proper form. That is the number one reason, because we're looking at you and we see what's right and we see what we want to fix for you so you don't hurt yourself. It's not what's wrong, but what is proper form and what you'll learn from. I want you to understand that every person that's ever walked into a gym didn't know what they were doing, so you have to ask. And I highly recommend, if you're going to a place where you think you can trust good trainers, and there's not a lot of them out there, unfortunately, then ask them to take you through. And yes, it's intimidating when you look at these machines, and there's so many new ones that are out. I do like the fact that a lot of them are labeled now, and they can maybe, if you think that the labeling is good, walk you through what that is supposed to look like. But I would more so tell you to ask someone that knows what they're doing, even if it's one time, take you through and introduce you to what they are supposed to do for you. Again, these are all there to help you. I don't want it to be intimidating. It really breaks my heart when I hear that. I don't want you to be scared. And I know you go in and you're like, oh, look at all these fit bodies and I look like this. But they didn't look like that at one point. They had to work on that. It's a daily process to sculpt what you think is so admirable. But that life is there for you. You just have to believe that, and then believe in someone, whoever it is. Maybe it's me or it's another trainer who can help you with that. This particular person who asked me to train his wife out in Wentzville, I said, I'm not opposed to that. If I line up a handful of clients that are way out west, I would go visit my mom in Lake St. Louis and then go out and train out in Wentzville. We'd find a common place. I used to train at parks. We still have beautiful weather that we're working with. And when we don't, then we go and then we move inside. I was training Ruby Lee. She'll get back to training next week. She lost, 15 pounds in a 6-week time period. Sure, I'm sure she was a little intimidated. First, she's younger, doesn't understand the equipment. Second, she had weight to lose. She dropped 15 pounds with me in 7 weeks. Why? Because she listened to everything I said we needed to do together. Train hard, clean up the way you eat. It's the number one thing before I say train hard. Clean up your eating. Value yourself. Believe that you're worthy of this lifestyle that you think is so admirable of everybody else, or you envy. Don't envy and don't be jealous of that. That life is there for you. You just have to want it bad enough. Again, all of us that train on a regular basis, do you think it's easy? No, it should never be easy. And when I take somebody through these workouts, I make sure, is that weight too easy for you? Is that resistance too easy? Is this movement not deep enough? Then let's go there. Right? Let's go there. I love the fact that you're all being so real here, and I want you to do just that. Janet said, I love to work out. I love to walk. That's movement. That is a workout. I love to ride the stationary bike at the gym when I took physical therapy probably. I really enjoyed it. I did a lot of stuff that I didn't think I would like. It's all about introduction. It really is, but I really loved it. I have to push myself to start going back to the why. I've joined it, but I haven't gone, and I should, because I think it would help me from my knee. Really would help. I need a lot of exercise for the replacements. Yes, you know what? A lot of times we just need to be brought back to the table. Linda, I've joined gyms in the past, getting ready to start back next week, but I've always worked out in some way my entire life. I love that. Love walking and water aerobics. It's much easier on the joints, by the way. So if you think working out hurts the body, do not do something that hurts. Gyms are great with a friend, an accountability partner. Yes, I did aerobic and taught classes in my 20s, she said. Was big into CrossFit also for a while. Look at you, Linda. I find working out makes me feel alive. Oh my gosh, what a statement. Isn't that true? I agree with that comment. Love getting a good sweat on. Joe says gym activity is more enjoyable once it becomes a daily habit. It has to be habitual. It's a mindset, and there are 2 types of motivation. Once you get in the habit of the gym, it's so much easier to say, nope, I can't eat that cooking or drink that beer. Conversely, a person can also get into the habit of saying, I don't need to go to the gym because I won't see any improvement. These people will likely say, quote, I can eat that cookie because it won't really affect my weight. Hopefully that all makes sense. It absolutely does. Understand something, though. If you get frustrated because you used to eat and drink whatever you wanted, it's because your metabolism was cooperating. And as you get older and the metabolism wants to start slowing down, you've got to move more. You cannot have a sedentary lifestyle. And if your lifestyle right now is sedentary, understand that it's going to come back to bite you in the butt. You need to find movement, or watch what happens to your life as you get older. All right, Carrie says, honesty here. Excuses for not working out are too long, and I know I need to. There's this mental block when it comes to working out. Carrie, let me help you with that. What is the mental block? See, that's where the life coaching comes into play. That's where you're stuck in some pattern of life that I call timeline therapy. Where did it happen where you at some point in life felt like you weren't worthy enough of having this healthy lifestyle? Yoga and walking. The stretching aspect has to take place for those that work out. Please take care of elongating the muscles and taking care of making sure that they're not snapping, right? The injuries aren't happening. We don't care what we look like in the pool. We laugh and make it fun, okay? Ashlyn, I personally don't like working out around a lot of people. So if the gym parking lot is full, I leave. I will work out at home instead, and I'm more productive because I'm not as nervous. Sorry, my nose is running here. Just being real. Ashlyn, you need to work out with me. I need to find a way for everyone to enjoy what I consider to be one of the most incredible places. There's so much uplifting that should take place. And if it's not, those people are in their own jealousies. They're in their own horrible world if they lash out at you or you think they're laughing at you. I haven't seen that in years. So I'll tell you, I think it's really gone. Rose, I went to a trainer years ago, got in great shape, but that's because I had someone over me telling me what to do. That's why I'm saying, again, I can't reiterate that enough. Find someone that you trust that will take you through an incredible workout routine and will help you get over that hump of feeling inadequate or nervous or intimidated, scared. She said, then we had a sudden financial issue and had to quit. Sugar seduced me and I have no motivation now. I'm getting older. I have to get back to taking care of me. Guess what, Rose? That comment right there. You just put it out there to yourself and to all this community. Make it happen. Don't go one more day. Can you just do something today? Eliminate one aspect of the sugar that has seduced you and taken over and the addiction of the sugar. And do a this or that like we did yesterday. I can eat this sugar-filled thing that I know is not good for me, or I can go for a walk right now. As soon as the show is over, I want you, or maybe you take one of the podcasts, the audio side, or you have some incredible music. Put that in your ear and let that motivate you and go for a walk. So put the sugar down and then do movement, or if you have access to a pool, swim. I'm going to turn the camera and show everybody what you're doing, Jim. My husband just woke up, walked outside. He's got a robe on. And he's doing this. He was dancing. And I was like, I'm going to turn the camera and be real. He would have been so embarrassed. And I like working out now. Working out is part of my day. Have a great day and weekend, everyone. I don't really know what is the best, Kathleen says. Work out for me. I need a specific program to follow. All right. You need a trainer that will take you through that. Take you to it and take you through it. Linda, I have a shirt that says working out is my therapy. I love that. It's about where out, but I can't give it up. Okay. Jenny, I think I need life coaching around mindset more so than personal training. I think life coaches incredibly value. Oh my gosh. Jenny, I would tell you, I love them hand in hand. Actually, there's 3 parts. And one part I used to do a lot for clients. And as you know, we've gotten so busy with so many facets of this brand that I still do the life coaching and the personal training, but I've teamed up with someone that I met that I just wanted to give a little boost to. She started life coaching with me. Her name is Lindsay Egan. And she wanted to go outside of her comfort zone. Her biggest passion in life is helping people with health. And so I said, well, then I tell you what, I'm going to take off of my plate the writing up of the eating program, and we're going to do this together. So I have turned over, 3 clients now to her to help with the cleaning up your food, what you're doing right now that is not, again, serving you. So she's doing the eating side. I'm doing the life coaching and I'm doing the personal training. So it's all there for you folks. It's just, when are you ready to say, I need that in my life? That's really what you have to say. Okay, we haven't gotten to these wonderful videos yet that I want to thank Tia Tricamo, by the way, for taking these for me and walking you through. I'm going to do the little introduction and then we'll take a break and we'll go through all of this. Janice, by the way, thank you. Yes, Marilyn said, yay, Lindsay. Janice, thank you for being a good sport and allowing us to have you in the videos with me, because it was just going to be me, but we wanted to incorporate me showing really all levels and all ages they can do this. So let's have a little fun here in the next, 10, 15 minutes. On this Fitness Friday, I thought let's bring friends and fun back into the picture. This is my client, Janis, who just turned 21. All day. And we wanted to have some fun. We also are breaking fears. So fear and fun and family and friends, we're bringing it all in today. How about we go old school? Does that sound
All
good to
right,
you?
we can try it.
Something you've actually asked
I
for.
did.
The trampoline, and we're going to pull in old school hula hooping. All of this on a Fitness Friday.
Come on, Monica. Let's go, St. Louis. Turn and burn.
Hello, Miss Monica.
Monica.
Hi, guys. This is a good one. Sometimes you spend like 10 years and you don't got one like this.
Hi, Monica.
It's a feast. It's like a 17-course meal. You're just like, you need a minute. With wine, with a wine pairing and a whiskey pairing.
That is what. There it is.
I think I just have the most beautiful experience. I saw fireworks.
Thank you, Monica, for making our day.
So some of you might want to jump rope. Some of you may not want to. She actually thought of an idea of using my trampoline to be able to get the endurance in that she wanted and be able to feel connected to the group. But this, you said,
No, it hurts my knees.
Okay, how about this though? So let's have you come on. But she's also breaking a fear, right?
Yes. I have a
Because you
fear.
broke.
I broke my shoulder in 3 places. And when I first started with Monica, it was just, I did not realize how fearful I was of falling. And she's been gracious and supportive in moving me past that major fear.
Well, let's move you, right? Let's
All right.
do it. So I will hold her hand in the beginning because you always want to make sure it feels safe. And then at some point she starts to feel that I'm starting to let go and you can do this on your own, right? So let's have you just do a little movement. Isn't it fun? We're going back and having fun all over again with fitness. Now see if you can do a little light on your feet. Yep, it's the movement of separation of the feet that might scare a little bit. Does that scare you at all?
Not anymore.
Good. See, we've broken fears. She's all on her own. She doesn't even need me anymore. So it's all about going back and having fun with fitness all over again. I don't want you to feel like it's an arduous thing that you're doing. Today, we're going to introduce you to things that maybe you forgot about. You got to go back to your younger days and bring those back out. If you don't have a trampoline, maybe you want to try jumping rope. Or maybe, if you're willing, you do a little hula hooping. That's coming up next. Okay, before I show you the next video, getting up on a mini trampoline, would that scare you? Doesn't that look fun? So all of you have been writing so far on the show and saying, I don't like working out. I'm intimidated. I'm scared. I don't want to do it. I don't have an accountability partner. I don't have a friend that goes to the gym with me. So don't go to the gym. If you want to do this at your house, and there are a lot of people that say, okay, fine. I did this when I was at Channel 5, when we did Monica's Motivational Moments. It was during the pandemic, and that's how that whole brand started. And it was all about what can you do at home when you can't get to the gym because the world was shut down, right? You couldn't go anywhere. So I had people that were ordering offline. Things were being dropped at their front porch, and then they were getting pieces to do workouts at their home. A little mini trampoline, a jump rope, a hula hoop. Those are things that we did when we were kids. Hopping around on a fitness ball. You know, those resistance bands can take the place of having to buy, and they did become expensive, by the way. I hope the prices came down, but the extreme cost of dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, all of that. It was price gouging to the nth degree. I was so frustrated at how high the prices were because I knew so many people were wanting to train and get in shape, but it was so costly. So I said, well, buy resistance bands. The same thing can happen, but my tip to you as a trainer, please, when you buy fitness bands, make sure that you get the ones that have casing around them because I want you to not hurt yourself. And this comes from a client who was training with me years ago in Fenton. And the wearing and tearing of the band, if you don't keep an eye on those, they will snap and you will injure yourself. It snapped. She felt so bad as she was doing the workout. It snapped and smacked me in the eyeball. I swear I thought I was going to go blind. It was probably for a good 45 minutes. I continued to train her like this. I didn't want her to stop her training, but I could feel the pressure and the burning in my eye and just how I kept trying to open it up. And I was like, I can't see. This is scary as heck. So they started to come up with the ones that have this casing around them. If you're going to buy resistance bands, I would highly recommend that you do that. I do have a website that I've sent different people to that they've been able to buy those. But yeah, these are the inexpensive ways to work out. So Janis, again, if you're just tuning in, one of my clients, and she's not going to mind me doing this, you just saw her and you're going to see her in some other videos. The woman just turned 72 years young. Can you believe that? Tia was here filming this for us, and she said, wow, she's in really great shape. And I was like, please tell her that. So I passed that along to Janis, and she's like, Oh my gosh, that makes me feel so incredible. She has really sculpted her body and has fallen in love. So you think, whatever age you are, from a young kid who maybe feels not as athletic as all these others that are playing sports and they feel left on the sidelines, you got to find something that they enjoy doing. Maybe they don't want to be in that sport that the parent tries to push them into. Find what they love. And please, the earlier you do it, the more they don't feel like they're out on this island alone. Okay, so the trampoline, wasn't that fun? A mini trampoline. If that's not for you, taking you back to your youth, how about this? Have you seen one of these in a little while? Do you remember this, Janis?
Oh, I do.
Hula hooping. She didn't realize I had this, I don't think.
No, I didn't.
When's the last time you have gone hula hooping and you?
I was probably about 6 years old.
See, Tia actually asked me if we could have fun with fitness, and I said, absolutely. To me, I love it. This is like a playground for me, but sometimes we got to bring all the kids back to the playground. Let's go back to our youth and do a little hula hooping. You ready? Oh, okay, let's have you step forward a little bit. See, we got to get our obstacles out of the way. There's obstacles in life that will keep you from things sometimes. Let's see you.
It's been a long time since I was
Step
6.
forward a little bit to get away from the boxing bag, which is fun too, by the way. Okay, we got to move the hips. Okay, now let me see if I can do it. So I like to dance, so it's a lot of hip movement, Janis. And here's the other thing, folks, when you're hula hooping, see how I have the difference in my foot pattern? So don't do this. This is harder. See how it fell down?
Yeah.
So one more time, 1 foot forward, 1 foot behind. Let's see if you can do it.
See if I can move those hips.
Look, you got more than last time. That's what it's about. Try, have fun, and do exactly what she's doing. Laugh with fitness. Make it fun all over again. That. Now you can just get some B-roll if you want. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
See if I can do not so much.
No, you got it. It was still on you. That. Now you can just get some B-roll if you want. You got to use more. You do. You have to use more on the lighter one and then let it go down and then bring it back up.
I'm lucky I got.
So we kept having fun and we kept doing it over and over again. And you saw she was progressing and progressing, getting better and better. We've got a really great montage. So look on my socials on TikTok and Instagram. By the way, right now we are on multiple platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, and Instagram. We're going to put this about a 4.5 minute reel, or it'll probably have to be a post. I don't think that'll make it into a reel. We could probably put it on TikTok, I think, in that length, and then I'll make it into a post where we put all of this together in case anybody's just tuning in and they missed this. I know, right? Janis said she loves Janis. I did miss a longer post before I get into the next video that we took. Kathy said, hi, Janis. I remember dancing with friends at the Casa Loma, Kathy said. Yes. Janet, there we go. I have to tell you my story. Okay. So this is from one of our viewers. Again, I love you. For all of you that are new, you get to know the community here. Janet, a few years ago, I was in the hospital, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. She said I couldn't walk, and they did all the tests on me, but they couldn't finally think I was laying in the hospital bed. I don't want to go into a nursing home. I don't want anybody to help me get dressed. I don't want to be in a wheelchair all my life. When I went into the hospital, she said she weighed close to 300 pounds. And when I was laying there in bed thinking I have to change my lifestyle, she said, well, I really did. And I did it on her own. I stopped eating junk food. And so, wow, you've almost lost 100 pounds, Janet. Congratulations. Wow, that's incredible. She said, I need to lose more. I know. I'm trying to lose more, but everybody is so proud of me. I have all new clothes. See, it's a whole new world that's waiting there for you. You get new clothes, you get styled. It's just a wonderful feeling. Elation of 100 pounds down. You know, I likened this, one of my friends, I want to applaud her, one of my clients, Anne. She's lost 100 pounds. And I told her, you know, when my mom comes over, it would be like lifting up my mom, putting her on your shoulders, and me telling you, you never get a chance to put her down. And I know at some point you're going to say, I can't continue to carry your mom. And I'll say, guess what? For the last however many years of your life, you've done just that. You've put that on your spine, on your hips, on your knees, on your ankles. Think about that. Think about carrying a child or a small little person around every single day and what that does to the body. Think about that, and maybe you'll make changes like Janet and how Ann did. Yeah, new outfits, she says. I have all my new clothes. Some of my outfits look like I could go put on another person in my clothes, my knee replacement. See? A lot. I am walking like a normal person. That's why I need to get back to walking. Again, find what works for you and doing other things that I really enjoy. I live in a condo. I do walk in the hallways. I use the stairs as much as I can. I just want to let you know my story. Thank you for being real. thank you for putting your story out there for you and for everybody else. Linda said I had a talent. Well, okay, with hula hooping, I could put it around my neck, and as I did it, I worked my arms through it. Wow, you were that good. And then down around my waist to my knees. See? Try that trick, everybody. Michelle says she does a great job hula hooping. Lisa, hi. I love the show. I'm inspired by Janis. For anyone looking for a trainer, she says, Monica is awesome. Well, thank you. And Lisa, we miss you. You got to come back. So congrats to Janet, who just gave us that story, and Janice. You will inspire so many people. Okay, I'm going to take one more quick break, and then we're going to get into another thing. What I'm telling you today is you got to find your way back sometimes to the things that you have forgotten about that exist, that maybe you haven't done in a long, long time. We're going to move on from the trampoline to the hula hoop. Let's go to the ball next. We want to thank all of our incredible sponsors for being a part of the Real Monica Adams Show, and I've really loved this partnership with Just Pools, the pool and spa specialist. You can see right there, they're on the West Outer Road in Arnold. I want you to give them a call today. If you've been on the fence thinking about putting a pool, no matter the size, no matter whether it's above ground or in ground, at least go in and talk to them. And if you're going over to somebody's house for the next couple of weeks before they have the wrap up of summer pool parties, maybe you bring something over that your kids enjoy, like the toys, the big noodles. All of those, by the way, right now are 30% off, and the chemicals 10% off to keep your pool crystal clear like it needs to be. You've got to do your part, just like we're talking about with working out. You got to do your part to make that pool be so inviting to you and your guests. The spa specialist as well, though, and I talked to Madonna a couple of weeks ago. She said they are getting in more and more spas as we kind of transition from pool season into a little hot tub season, right? There it is, Just Pools and Spas on the West Outer Road. Go ahead, do it, pull the trigger, and build your backyard oasis. Welcome back, 7:52. Loved having you with us today. If you're new to the show or you haven't talked in a while, you haven't dropped any comments in, please do so. I love to hear from you. Today, what we were doing is saying, you know, if you have forgotten how much it was fun when you were a kid to do this or that, jump rope, etc. I know jumping rope is hard, and that's kind of how we started, because Janis said that jumping rope was hard on her knees, and I get that. So instead, she said, you have a little mini trampoline there. What do you think about me getting on that? And so that's what we did with her. We started walking through, finding things that she could do, and then we took it up to another level. The ball, the fitness ball, the Swedish fitness ball, whatever you want to call it. It can be fun, but it was intimidating for Janis, I'll tell you that in the beginning. How about we get onto a fitness ball for our final segment, which, by the way, something that Janis was fearful of, right?
Very much so. When I first started with Monica, I would find ways to avoid it. Unfortunately,
you disappeared, didn't you?
I did. And unfortunately, or fortunately, actually, she caught me and was like, you're going to get on this. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
But it's never forcing. It is reintroducing, which is what we're kind of doing today. We're taking you back to things that maybe you forgot about as kids. Does this remind you of anything? Do you remember the old TV show Romper Room?
Yes.
But I think they actually had a handle on it. They would bounce around. See? Having fun with fitness. So this is something she wouldn't have done months ago. Can you go forward with me?
Oh, yeah.
And get in place? And we're going to do a little abs, and you lay back. Look, she would have never done that months ago. No. Hands behind your head. And we're going to things that they made us do when we did the Presidential Award. Doing some crunch work and ab work, which I actually loved when I was in grade school. How about you? And then rolling back up, using our core. Look at this. Like an old pro.
I would not have done this.
Like a young pro.
Yeah, rephrase that. It's a young.
Today was all about finding fun and fitness all over again. So if you haven't worked out in a while because you thought, it's not for me and it doesn't look fun, maybe it's what you're doing. So go back and think about our younger years and the simplicity of it all. Thanks, Janis.
You're welcome.
And to all of you, we can make fitness fun again. All right, so there you go. We just walked you through some things, and I just want to gush on her because, as I said, she came over on her 72nd birthday, and I didn't realize that she had a goal in mind of something she wanted to do. So I didn't get a chance to put this video in here for you, so let's just be real. I'm going to turn it to the camera, and I'm going to play this. How many women, come to me and say, I can't do a pull-up, I can't do a push-up, but something that they would love to do, to be empowered to do. But even getting up and holding the bar to even try to jump up there is very scary. And you heard Janis maybe say in the beginning that she had broken her shoulder. So there was so much fear of falling. You know, you think of anything that's injured you, and it's kind of that PTSD feeling of it's going to happen all over again. I had no idea that she was going to allow me to take her back to something I tried to do about a year ago. And she said, you know what I want to do today? And she pointed to my Smith machine where on the top there's a bar to take her into the beginning steps of doing a pull-up. So look at this, folks. Yeah. So even doing this, see how I'm putting her feet on my legs and helping push her up. She wouldn't do that because she said she didn't have the grip strength to hold on. We did a few in the beginning, and all she was doing in the beginning was holding. Yeah, see that thumbs up? So then I said, well, why don't we do it again? And she just kept looking at me like, okay. And I said, you've got to trust me. So the first thing I would do, I wrapped my arms around her and I held her instead of putting her feet on my thighs. So if anybody's ever wanted to help somebody with this, and again, check with your doctor, please. I have to say that every time we do a workout, check with your doctor before you do any kind of movement, and they'll let you know what you can do if you're coming back from an injury or an illness. They are the ones that are taking care of you. And then seek out a great personal trainer because they will help you do these kind of things. Here she is at 72 years young after breaking her shoulder years back and overcoming her fears and finding a way to have fun with fitness. So I went in and I'm like, if you trust me, and she's like, I do. Okay. So you got to find that trust factor. I went and I wrapped my arms around her and held onto her. And then she held on to the bar above and I helped her up. And I told you, I'm not going to let go, just holding on to her from behind. And she just held there for a second. I'm like, okay, now let's do it again. Hold and now drop a little slow because that up and down. So it's not always about jumping up and then all of a sudden the body drops because you don't have the strength or the grip strength or the back strength, bicep, shoulder strength. But you got to find your way to that. And then I said, okay, see how that felt? She got a huge smile on her face. And I said, you want to go another level? Can you trust me? And put your feet on my thighs. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to hold on there. She kept thinking she was going to fall forward because she didn't have the grip strength. So you see how we have to go step by step. She taught herself that when I was holding on to her in this bear hug, I can do it. I do have some strength in my hands and my wrist and my forearms. Okay, let's try another level. Let's try another level. Then it was, I can hang on here. Okay, I can put my feet on your thighs. And then it became, I'm actually doing the beginning stages of a pull-up, Monica. She got off, folks, and I wish we would have gotten it on tape. She, and I mean loudly, said, yes, just like that. Because what? You become so empowered. You're proud of yourself, and you should be. Give yourself some grace, folks. If you're not there yet, let somebody take you there. We will take you to it and we'll take you through it. Just like God. God will never take you to something that he wouldn't take you through. And as a really good trainer who truly cares, we would never hurt you. We're never going to not be there for you. If you have a trainer that's doing this on their phone while you're working out, fire them immediately because they do not care about you. Carrie says her birthday present to herself, a pull-up. I know. Kathy, I sometimes challenge myself to do a plank, which I learned is so good for my body from you. Oh, it is for that core strength. I'm going to pop over here to Instagram because there's people actually talking today. Debbie Jakubczak said good morning. And let's see. Joan Pedraza, I love you and I miss you. She said, hi, Mon. I found a great gym near me and I love it. Getting in the best health of my life. Love and miss you. Love you as well. Someone else says, yay, Janis. Did I miss anybody on X? No. Okay, so remember, whatever platform that you are on, we can bounce around to that. Okay, so today I hope what we did for you was make you realize that there are so many things out there. The world is your playground. You just got to grab a hold of it and be willing to take yourself out of your comfort zone. Find what you love. If somebody loves lifting weights, and you don't, then that's not your thing. But I would find a way for you to fall in love with whatever it was. Somebody said earlier that they miss dancing, right? You miss stretching, water aerobics, swimming, walking, hiking, cycling, lifting weights, whatever. There's so many things. And you see everybody, when they do go into a gym, they migrate to what they feel most comfortable with. People go to CrossFit. It doesn't matter. And by the way, don't berate somebody for whatever they're doing that they have fallen in love with. If you don't think CrossFit's good for somebody, don't say that. It's their thing, right? If you think yoga, that's silly, don't say those words. It's their thing. They'll find their way to love it. And it's not yours. You've got to find what works for you. Julie says, I just asked my daughter if she wanted to train with you. I am a pre-diabetic and she needs to work out. Julie, let's do it. Let's bring it on. Jump rope makes me work on my bladder control. Yep, that's true too. Whenever I would start doing the beginning of my warm-ups, I would always see girls like 2 minutes in, 2.5 minutes in is when I start to do moving from just moving the body and doing high stepping to a little bit of jumping jacks and running lunges. Right at that point is when I would always see everyone go, up. I'm out. I got to go run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I feel for you, all women that have had children or have any kind of bladder issues. Yes, that's when immediately they're like, got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And it became like just a fun thing. I feel so bad for you, but hey, you can go to the bathroom and come back, and then the bladder's stronger and it's ready to do what it needs to do. I hope you had fun with this today. That's what it was all meant for. And Tia, by the way, thank you for the topic. I always ask you, do you have topics that you would like for us to cover, whatever they may be, or special guests that you would like us to have on? Let me know that. Okay, before I wrap up, I promise to tell you, if you haven't heard, our 400th show is going to be in Defiance, Missouri. And again, the date that we have chosen is October 4th. If you have not been there yet, you go down 94, and as you go around the turn, you'll see this sign that says exit now. Circle 6, the watering hole. And I'm telling you what, the food is incredible. Once you go in, there's a market side and then the restaurant side. I want you to come around back. We were there in the soft opening in the evening. They've got this incredible truck that's right to the side, and that's where they make your food. And they have a little pager. It's kind of like, the food trucks and stuff that they have. That's how they were able to do it, because I think there was some, I don't know if it was licensing or what, but they wouldn't let them have like a full-blown restaurant. And she became so creative and so innovative that they bought this incredible truck, and it's beautiful, by the way. And then she's like, here's what we can do. We can put this window on the side of the place. We will back it, or we'll put it onto the side, and then we'll open the window, and then we can make all the food and then pass it through. I was like, you're a genius. So she was able to bring everything that people wanted to the watering hole. And I mentioned before that they have the #1 bull in the world. So it's all about genetics, genetics, genetics. That's why they have the best meat, Wagyu beef, very high-end Angus beef. And then, of course, if you're not into eating meat, they've got other things for you there as well. But I want you to come out on October 4th. That is the place where we are going to have our 400th show celebration. And I love how patriotic they are. Love how she backs the blue, backs our first responders. We've loved our time with Tiffany and her family. I can't wait for you to meet them. So it's October 4th, again, at the Watering Hole in Defiance, Missouri, for our 400th celebration. Put it on the calendar, mark it down, and save the date. Then, do you do evenings? Yes, just reach out to me, Julie, and we can talk for sure. She has a toddler. Jump rope. Okay, we said that one. Yes, we do that. I can make it work for you. You probably would have her work out maybe on a Monday night. That's where a lot of my clients train right now. I used to do boxing, but now I do kind of a hybrid program. Before we wrap up, September, this is another one I want you to put on your calendar, and this is breaking news for you. It's going to be on a Thursday. It's at the Landing Hub in Pacific, Missouri. We'll start dropping in some pictures and video that Michelle took yesterday on that. Ashlyn, if you can do me a favor and look up the Landing Hub and post some information for them. There's a Facebook page. They're on Instagram. They actually have 2 businesses. We went to both of them yesterday. We fell in love with both of them, by the way. And I want to thank Shane and Jen. They are the owners. The Landing Hub is this really amazing, and I do mean this, boutique hotel. And if you want to do a staycation with yourself or your kids, The kids are going to love this place. And I would tell you to go there before the pool season wraps up because they have a beautiful pool outside. And then the kids, get this, can stay in these little pods like from Star Wars. There are 2 rooms that have full-blown Star Wars rooms, and then so much more. And then it's all tied into aeronautics. His father was a pilot. If you love airplanes, I mean, there's so much there that we're going to show you. But that's going to be on September 12th, and we're going to do that in the afternoon from I think we came up with 4:30 to 6. Let me look real quick for you. 4:30 to 6. Yes, 4:30 to 6, and then everyone's going to go over just about a mile down the road, couple miles down the road, is their other location called the Cigar Vault. So, Ashlyn, do me a favor and put that on there also. The Cigar Vault in Pacific, Missouri. And super cool place. And for us, it's all about supporting small businesses, right? So the Landing Hub, yes, thank you, Ashlyn, super quick for us. September 12th, 4:30 to 6 p.m. That's going on our calendar of events. So I want you to regularly keep an eye on TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Our website will always give you an update on where we're going to be in the community. So that's another new mobile Monica. They know the value of what we're bringing to the table. They know a lot of eyes are on those mobile Monica shows. I would love for you to be there. Marilyn says, ooh, boutique hotels. I love it. I know you and your girlfriend, you are going to love this place. So think about staycations. The other thing is think about having meetings. I want to talk to businesses. You're talking about having maybe training days. Go there, have a little break, go into this cool kitchen area that they have. Maybe go out and sit out by the pool and have that mental spiritual break before you get back into the training. You want to talk about having micro weddings, which evidently is a thing now, these smaller get-togethers. All of that can be had by this incredible couple that had a dream to open up the Landing Hub. They're going to be in my studio, by the way, on September 10th on the Tuesday. And then on September 12th, we'll all be together at their hotel. So come out to that. See what they have. Start spreading the word about people that are having events. Have it there. Support local business. So thank you again to Jen and Shane for having us come to your business for a mobile Monica. September 12th, October 4th, and let's just keep building it more and more and more. There you go. Ashlyn's posting. Just click on those links, and that way you can know more about them. We love finding out about new places, super cool places that exist in our community that we didn't know about. Let us know. Across the crawl here, it says, Mobile Monica, from your business. Let's make it happen. I just love loading up. We do a lot of them on Thursdays. Doesn't have to be on a Thursday, but we kind of started branding Mobile Monica Days on Thursdays, whether it's during the actual morning show or it's a lunchtime show, it's a happy hour, an evening show. Let's make it happen for you. I just want to keep building and building for your business as well. All right, everybody, I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'm looking forward to spending time. You know her, you love her. She was on with us for a full year, Dr. Sarah Franco and her husband, Brandon, as well as Kelly and Gordon Montgomery, who have been on past shows. And they are all going with us tonight. Jim and I purchased a wine dinner from a charity event that we went to for John Carney's Carnival. Multiple charities that he gives to when he holds that. Well, we bought this wine dinner and we're going to Olive and Oak in Webster Groves. Love Jen and Mark Hinkle, who are part owners of Olive and Oak, and they have a wonderful organization to give back to children with heart defects because they lost their son, Ali. So we're going to go there tonight. Haven't been there in a while. You'll probably see some pictures that I'll drop if you keep an eye on our social media pages. That 80s band, Dot told us about this. Dot Fleshman, our real estate exec that does Friendship Fridays with me. She said that 80s band is playing tomorrow night at Helen Fitzgerald. So if you're looking for something to do, maybe you want to come out to that and do a little dancing to 80s music and then just enjoy this beautiful weekend that Beckett showed us. He had a 7-day forecast that didn't have any rain in it. So enjoy the weather that's coming, whether it's in the 90s or the 80s. Again, if you got a pool, hopefully it'll warm up the water because it's a little cold this morning. I hope whatever you do that you have fun. And one of the most important things is, remember, go out, go to the grocery store, go grab some, food here and there. But as you're running around, whatever you're doing, you go for a walk at the park, you pass somebody that you don't know, just say something nice, lock eyes, don't have your head down because all the world is out there waiting for you. What you want is right ahead of you. And smile at someone that you didn't know before. Maybe give them a compliment. You never know. That could be a new friendship that forms. You start talking to somebody. Could be somebody that you end up dating. It could be somebody you end up marrying. You never know. But you've got to lock eyes with a person that you maybe normally wouldn't talk to. Get out of your own comfort zone and do the thing that we always ask you to do, and that is spread kindness. As Julie just said, have a great weekend, everybody, and remember to be kind.